Hey everyone, today I'm starting something new and you all get to watch. You may not know this about me, but I'm not just a software genius. I'm also a writer too. I'm one of you. And today I'm going to start writing my next book in front of all of you. I'm going to be using the story genius method because I just finished this book recently and I really love this method and I want to go through it step by step to really feel like I understand it. And I know there's a template in Plottr for the Story Genius method, so I'm going to be using that template. Now, the book that I'm going to be writing is actually book 2 in my series Pizza Planet. And I've been wanting to write this book probably for about a decade. And I've just never been able to. I've been blocked on the ideas and what to say in this book. So this is a great chance for me to put myself out there a little bit and force myself to figure this book out and write it, where all of you can see the messy process that writing a book is. Now, it is cheating a little bit because this is a book 2, and you're probably writing a book 1. And if you're trying to follow along and use the Story Genius method, you might say, well, you've got a lot of the backstory already laid out for you. And that is true. So I am cheating a little bit, and I admit that and own that up front. But I want you to be able to see the whole process, and I'm just really excited about writing this book finally. Like I said, I've been thinking about it for a long time. So before I show you me working on this book, my main couple of takeaways from the book Story Genius are the following. The first one is, I think when you're unsure about where to go next in your book, the reason is because you don't know the why. You haven't dug into the past of your story enough. And you need to ask yourself why. Ask the characters why. Why do they want this? Why are they behaving the way they are? Why have they done what they've done so far in your story? At least that's my working theory. And I'm going to see if that's true or not as I'm working through the story. My second main takeaway is that backstory is that why. And so you need to dig into the backstory to understand their why and figure out what they're going to do going forward in the story and what makes sense for them to do going forward. And my third big takeaway from this, that is about two things. The external plot, what's going on in the story, but it's more than that. It's mostly about what's going on internally. But both of them are important and they play off of each other. Okay, at this point, I may just be procrastinating. So let's get started on this. Today, I'm going to show you the Story Genius templates in Plottr, how to get started with them, and I'm going to start making the project files for my book, Pizza Planet 2. So here we go. Okay, I've got my current Pizza Planet Plottr project file open right now, and I'm looking at the series view. This is what I planned for the series. I've got kind of an idea for where I want the series to go. And then this is book 2. And then this was an idea I had for maybe like a mini story in between book 1 and book 2. But this is where I'm working right here. So this is book 2. And I know I want to use this Story Genius template. And that is a project template in Plottr. So I'd have to create a new project. And I also want to show you, here's book 1, Secret of the Fire Jellies. This is the output from Story Snap, actually. So Plottr didn't exist when I wrote Pizza Planet, the first one, so I didn't have all this to put up there. And so when we created Story Snap, I was able to finally do this and put Pizza Planet in Plottr much easier. And so this is the result of that. And so that's what I'm working on. I've got a bunch of other things, but mostly they're just empty here. So this is what I've got so far. And I know I want to create a new project with a project template. So if I go here, these are project templates, Story Genius Plot Guide, and I can't create a project template within this file. So what I'm going to have to do is create a new project in Plottr and then merge the two files later when I'm ready to go with that. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So create a new project with the Story Genius Plot Guide. So we'll call this Pizza Planet 2 for now. And it will create a new project for me using the Story Genius template. And I also know, so we've got 2 different templates in Plottr for Story Genius. And I want to just going to create, actually, start with a template, Story Genius, this file. So this is the pre-writing, and I'm just going to rename that pre-writing. Okay, so these are the first steps that I'm going to take. Not all of these will come in this order. That's just how Story Genius works, but these are the first several pieces of homework that you have to do, first several steps that you have to do in the Story Genius method. So this is where I'm going to start, the first pinprick, and that'll be my next video. So for my next video, I got to figure out this homework from the book and from our templates. And I know, at least I think, we also, no, okay, I was thinking that that was also here in this pre-writing, but it's not. So I'm just going to start here. This is my next homework assignment. So in the next video, this is what I'm going to do. And good luck to me. Hopefully I can do this and, you know, write a book on screen with you guys. Figure out finally my Pizza Planet book 2.